traveling gypsies who we heard play told us about this. This guy was from Ireland. He had a very heavy Irish accent. And we said, where can we see you? And he said, the Who's concert. And we said, well, what's a Who's? And he says, it's where you live. And so,
Gad, man,
where do you live? Like, okay. And so it was 2 years ago at Christmas time, and they came over and they played just like this in a different house, and it was magical. And the thing that makes it magical is, of course, the performer, but all of you. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays.
You're welcome tomorrow. I appreciate it.
All right.
Sitting in
Here's a bit of a sample. Tallahassee Radio. Bobby Joe.
When I was 17 and just a little bit bewildered, feeling cheated and hung over in the wake of adolescence, my recruiter took my number and he graded my exam. Said you'd be a perfect soldier except you got no depth perception. Said I want to serve my country and I got some luck and weight you more than make up for in density. You see, I always suffered from a lack of self-esteem. So if my country doesn't want me, then I'll serve the Catholic Church. So I enrolled in seminary where I memorized the gospel, but they caught me reading on the road and threw me on my ass. There were a bunch of other factors which I won't enumerate. So then I'm sitting in my parents' Norman Rockwell living room and being still so as to hear my ego crashing in my ears when the voice of reason says, son, have you thought about the future? And I get real sick, but now I'm fine. I'm really fine. Second verse. By 23, I gained a sort of enigmatic drive, and having no success with suicide, I thought I'd turn to art. So I acquired a set of brushes and I went out a bath, which presumably implied I had a new set of beliefs, but I'd underestimated the important role of talent, which was easily apparent from the record of my sales. And in the meantime, I'd severely strained a muscle in my thigh, attempting to sustain the lotus on a neighbor's kitchen table. In the hospital, I thought of doing something for the world, but the Peace Corps didn't answer, so I joined a cooking school, having always held and cherished an affinity for food, but my self-respect deflated with an undercooked souffle, and I was back to blessing tables at the Denny's in Salinas, where I sort of snapped, but now I know I'm really well. Yeah, it's a long story how I got to say now I'm well. My mother always told me to be more like my dad. I asked her more like which one of the five that I had. She said, if change is coming, don't go feeling so used. I said, my only problem is I'm chronically confused. On my 27th birthday, which occurred about that age, I was talking to the analyst who found me selling incense at an airport after having left the clinic about a crisis in some silly Venice metaphor for sinking in the soul, when my thought was interrupted by a birthmark on my arm which looks a little like Nebraska. I'd forgotten since those 2 weeks of pre-med in junior college, which I quit to study judo, and I did all the beaten marrow somewhat stuck together, all these veins and vital organs, all this gray and white, all humming and collaborating and ticking and recycling and making that Nebraska on my arm a possibility. And I got up from the couch and I shouted, hey, I own this thing!
Wow.
He's exhausted.
My analyst suspected I was closing on the edge. I convinced him when I said I wouldn't send him any money. He said, don't go getting cocky cause you had one revelation. Cause the only tool you've got against psychosis is experience. And yours has all been bad. I said, darn right, but now I'm good. By all means. up and see. I'm good.
I'm down.
I always found my cat after that song.
Hey Stevie, who wrote that song?
It was good for me. If you find a penny when you play, you can make a wish about it if you pick it up, and all your penny wishes bring you luck. Even though I'm grown up now, will I still play that game? And every wish I make, I say your name. Yes, every time I find a penny, I still wish for you, and I wish my penny wishes would come true. If I ever hold your hand, we'll wish upon a star. Until you're closer, I won't waste a wish on anything that far. I wonder if you ever wish for me, or is this just a wishful fantasy? And if I ever really get to spend some time with you, then I know my penny wishes will come true. Yes, if I ever really get to spend some time with you, then I know my penny wishes will come true. waiting on the spur. You're in the weeds, just dreaming about her. The engineer awakens to the call of the wild. A rumble in the distance, hell, 36 miles. That ain't no part of nothing. It could have been Spain. Distance ain't resistance, baby, when you got a train on the brain. Train on the brain. You got the train on the brain. This morning's beginning, this morning's end, for the little tin man who'd gone round the bend. He wakes up hoping that this morning would send him off to signal that his lady love could see on the horizon. No, he's coming after her, gonna take a ride on her little chauffeur. She got the train on the brain. Train on the brain. Call out the police, call out the guard. The train jumped the switch at the switching yard. It's run amok in Beigeville, running off the rails, steaming through the suburbs. He's going for the Grail. He's mowing down the shopping malls, tearing through the trees. Ain't no designated driver there to take away the keys. He should cross the harbor now, burning all that pain, agony and nitro. He's the needle in her vein. They got the train on the brain. Train on the brain. From you in a Norton in a heated ride. From you in a Norton in a heated ride. Single malt whiskey or spots on the sun. Who can say what it is that makes the little engine run? A hand on the throttle, a hand on the brake. That handle in the middle makes the engineer rake. A libido torpedo, man, he's a ball in the jack. Oh, I love imagery that's subtle, like a heart attack. Rich man, poor man, beggar man, priest, all ride together in the belly of the beast. But the brakeman's a junkie, the conductor's insane. Stoker stuck a poker in the base of my brain. I got the train on the brain. From you in a Gordon and a heated ride. From you in a Gordon and a heated done any Beatles yet? We've done obligatory Beatles.
What is he gonna do?
4, 6, 4.
When I call your lies again, hang up. Tune now inspired by my adopted hometown of Salinas, California. Thank you very much. On the Chet Atkins diet. Lovely evening. I'll tell you what, I'll play one more, and then I'll play one more. Okay? Can we forego that whole going off stage crapola? And, kind of mix things up here. I'll do some American kind of folk, real life folk music, and some and an English folk song or two. We'll see what happens here. Just sit right back and you'll hear a tale of a fateful trip that started from this tropic port aboard this tiny ship. The mate was a mighty sailing man, the skipper brave and sure. 5 passengers set sail that day for a 3-hour tour. A 3-hour Feel free to join in. The ship set ground on the shore of this uncharted desert isle, with Gilligan the skipper too, a millionaire and his wife, the movie star, Professor and Mary Ann, here on Gilligan's Alright, thank you.
Thank you, Stevie.
So that was the encore. I'd like to do the last song now. We'll get this one. One more hand, please, for Susan and Craig. Thank you very much, y'all. I had a blast tonight. Thanks. For those of you, this is your first time doing a house concert, just keep doing what you're doing. You know, that was just perfect, what you did. In fact, you're a I don't know, you don't know the difference, but I do. You guys are a terrific audience. And I don't know if you'd consider, like, getting a bus.
Pull up for the mystery tour.
Right
this way.
Right this way. Thanks, y'all. Nighty night.
Great looking.